Hello everyone, how are we? Hello, hello, hello. I have to apologise at the beginning. We've got a shop arriving in about 10 minutes, so I am going to have to just head over there and just let them in. Because Nadia is fast asleep, bless her. She's had a long day. Let me just turn that off. In fact, everyone's had a long day. It's been a big day today. Very important day. Let me just double check that our feed is coming through. Is everything coming through? Hello everyone. Ellery Jones, Zoe Griffiths, Ellen, Claire Hemming, Raspberry Mojito Girl, Ellery Jones, Ellen, your girls are back at school today too. Lucky I was working. Yeah, it's all that getting used to the roots and all that kind of stuff, isn't it? Buenos noches, familia. Who's that? Me gustan las albóndigas, Esther Gomez. Esther Gomez. Is it Gomez? Gomez. Jimenez. First signs of Christmas, Carly, you know. Where? Where are the first signs of Christmas? Oh my God, don't tell Nads. Hey, Donna G, Ellen, Creatorholic, Someone Somewhere, Hazel Malbon, Sharon Smallwood, Jan, Olivia, Blake. Now, this week we've had this thing happening where it suddenly cuts out. If it cuts out, we'll come back. So if it suddenly goes dead, I apologise. We're on Wi-Fi. Shall I show you my T-shirt? Do you want to see my T-shirt? There you go. Do you like that? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? It's good, isn't it? Nad's got it for me. In fact, we saw a contributor on Below Deck was wearing it, and it made us roar with laughter. And it reminded us of that, or reminded me of that quote. Oh, look, you're all laughing. Reminded me of that quote from Game of Thrones, which says, "War was easier than daughters." Yeah. Kiki got on really well. She had a good day. It's been a good day. It's been a very good day. Have you watched Money Heist, Turtle? No. No, how are you feeling, Mark Bex? Tired? I'm tired. Karen Edwards from Swansea. My dad would have said, same with four of us. Wow. Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's complicated. In fact, sometimes me and Teddy, Nadia's dad, look across the table with a sense of knowledge about how traumatic and difficult it can be being a parent to daughters. Yeah, that's good news, isn't it? Hi, Belinda Adams. I dropped my mug on my big toe, now broken the mug and the toe, Mandy Dennis. Did you do that now? Or was that earlier today? Esther, you're very kind. I don't think I look healthy at all today. I'm about to have a heart attack. Look, there's Nanny Di's walking stick. She forgot to take it with her. Your poor toe, bloody hell, poor toe. Jenny Scam, hi Mark, nice T-shirt, but like to see you in your shirts. Don't worry, more shirts coming next week. Hey Mark, where's your sexy shirt collection gone? It's just in the dry cleaner. I've only got about 3 shirts, only joking. Hello Mark, 1 daughter, 4 sons, Marigold Blue. Sally O'Sullivan, can't wait for Vlogmas. Anyone else having a hashtag Fun Friday? Hashtag Fun Friday. Is anyone having a hashtag Fun Friday or Friday Fun? Hashtag Friday Fun. Nads is asleep. She's getting some much needed rest. Thank you for all your lovely messages regarding Kooks. Thank you. Devon B, actually really excited for Christmas this year. Ellery Jones, I'm trying on new clothes. James McBeer, I'm having a hashtag Fun Friday. I was speaking to a cameraman today who hopefully I'm going to work with, and he said, it was a weird message to get. He said, oh, I'll get back to you on Monday. I'm about to go to a friend's party. I can't remember the last party I went to. Party. Do adults have parties? Do adults have house parties? Do you have you had, say yes or no if you've had a house party, hosted your own massive house party as an adult? Yeah, Lucy Williams, what a fab word. No, never. James McBeer, yes. Denise Drummond Mulvaney, yes. Louise Pritchard, yes. Oh, quite a few no's. No. Okay, here's a bigger question. Who, Gillian Burt, Leanne McGarvey, you have? No, but I'm a boring bugger, someone somewhere. Parties, you can get a lot of pressure from parties, can't you? You know, what if people don't turn up? I mean, that used to be the worry when we were young and we were at college. I seem to remember a party happening at college and about 2 people turned up. Kind of smashes your street cred, doesn't it? Sally O'Sullivan, my 40th I did. Does anyone like surprise parties? You know when they do that thing in films where they lead them in and they go, surprise! And in some films, people run in the opposite direction. Does anyone like surprise parties or had a surprise party? Tell us about your surprise party. Reese Roberts, 2016, I hosted a party of around 200 or so people at your house. That's cray-cray. No, I hate it. I'm socially not great. See Fitzjohn. Yeah, you see, I mean, I'd struggle with all that kind of bitty, chatty stuff. In fact, I remember Nadia having a party here with a friend of hers, and I kind of kept myself to myself playing the music. That's kind of nice, you know, sometimes you can sort of hide behind the music. You can DJ, though the word DJ sounds so 70s, isn't it? It's a 50-year-old man trying to be cool. Yeah, DJ. 60 next year, Salsa Trish. No way, hate having surprise parties. Don't think I would like a surprise party, Louise. I don't like surprises. I struggle with a surprise. Even if it's a nice surprise, I struggle because it feels like such a pressure, doesn't it, to kind of respond correctly. Leanne, what's that? Leanne et +3. I can't be asked with people most times. However, I am sociable maybe once a year. Crikey, that's a lot once a year. Only kidding. Years ago, gave a surprise 40th anniversary party for my parents, says Julie Baxter. 2 days before my wedding, their reaction was so much fun. Jan, my mum did me a surprise party for my 40th, although I had to organise it, and then the day before she had a bad fall and couldn't even come, but I had to pretend to other guests I didn't know about it. Oh dear. That's tricky, isn't it? Lying when you've kind of rumbled that a surprise is happening. Had a surprise today as my work have suddenly announced we have to go back to the office 2 days a week from mid-September. But lots of places, that might be it. That might be the maximum back. We have parties all the time at our house. Daughter runs a bouncy castle business, Ruth Blandford. My God, do you ever get sick of bouncing on a castle? Or because your daughter runs a bouncy castle business, do you just bounce as much as you want? Or is it a little bit like working in a chocolate factory where you eat too much chocolate so you'll never have chocolate? God, that hurt. That hurt my brain. Party. So is anyone going out tonight to get #wasted? Are they going to mortaled? What do they call it? Going to get mortal. We started watching Married at First Sight last night, and there was one particular woman in it who I found a tad irritating, who kept saying we're going to go and get mortaled. Can someone clarify? Is it going to get mortal or going to get mortaled? No one's going out. Is it getting mortal or getting mortaled? Someone help me out there. I think it's a Geordie phrase. Bobby Ward, you're eating all the wrong treats. Nice. Devon B, it is getting mortal. What does it mean? Mortal. Morag. The one who got... Can I give it away? Yeah, the one who got married in the... Of course, I'm not giving it away. They all get married. The one who got married in the first show. Mortal. You party home, Harry Scott. John Dobbins, hammered. That's what it means. Sharona, Berlin was a good vlog. Enjoy that. The last, it's very short, but the last Norfolk one went up today. It's only about 10 minutes long, but I just figured it was neater just to finish that one off on that day. Selena Lou Fogg, it basically means getting blathered. I like that. Bladdered? I like bladdered, getting bladdered. Does that actually mean, I mean, if you think about that, does that mean you drink so much you wet yourself? I think it does. Nikita was the mortal one. Nikita. I think like Nadia said, I think we need to watch 3 episodes at a time and then we need to feed back to you guys. I've got a feeling it could get as exciting as the Australian one. Oh, Louise Pritchard. I was mortaled last night, or I'm getting mortal tonight. We're strange up here. Oh, so Thirsty Thursday, I used to call it. The weekend started on a Thirsty Thursday. And then we have a hashtag Fun Friday. And then we have a hashtag Silly Saturday. And then we have a hashtag Sunny Sunday. It's getting more and more unimaginative, isn't it? Off your trolley, Dawn Claricus. Anyway, it was always shit-faced where I was. Good evening, Jackie Vellino. I like the phrase. Yes, we've done this before, haven't we? The phrase is for getting off your tit. We wanted to make a series called The History of Getting Off Your Tits, because when you look into it, it's quite interesting the way in which humans have sought to constantly get off their tits. It's quite, what does that mean, get off the... Does it literally mean you get so drunk you want to be unattached to your chest? Does it mean that? Steph, it's been a busy and a sort of, as a parent, it's been quite a not adrenaline fueled, but sort of, it's been a big day. It's been a big day. So a lot of emotions flushing around. 2 thumbs up, baby. How are you, Marky? I'm good for seeing you, 2 thumbs up. I'm giving you 2 thumbs up, baby. If you haven't seen it, 2 thumbs up, baby. Look. Bobby Jackson, if Cornwall vlogs, then no digital detox. Oh my God, are you the headmaster? Are you going to tell us off? Are you holding a stick? Digital detox. To be honest with you, is there a podcast today? No, the podcasts have been on hold for 2 weeks. A new one will be landing next week. Business returns to usual as from next week. And we were filming bits and bobs in Cornwall, as you would for a family holiday. So it wasn't too arduous to do that. It is a long journey, yes. So there isn't a podcast today. Dixon Summit, Mark, I just want to give you a big cuddle. Oh, that's sweet. I like a cuddle. Zoe Griffiths-Brown, no rush, Mark. Oh, I see what you mean, no rush. Okay, so in the news, what's in the news? What's been floating your boat in the news today? There's some very sad news, which we'll talk about later. But the big news, is it really Friday, Lucy Williams? The big news is about COVID jabs not being recommended for 12 to 15-year-olds. The JCVI has said that children were at such a low risk from the virus that jabs would offer only a marginal benefit. They've been toing and froing on this, haven't they? A massive deal. I always thought that the issue, though, with kids was they spread it, no? And given old John Campbell's rather bleak assessment the other day about everyone's going to get it, you sort of wonder whether that's wise. I don't know whether it's wise, but I mean, at the same time, we've said it many times now, and a lot of you I saw agreed with us. I think an antibodies test is the way forward. I think everyone's antibodies should be tested rather than everyone blanketly given the jab. If everyone can get to the same level of antibodies, however they get there, it doesn't really matter. Silkani, they're still at risk from long COVID. You're right, there's this strange condition floating around regions of India, isn't there, where some children have died, I think 60 children, something like that. And there is the Mu variant that they're saying, even the names are getting more and more ridiculous, aren't they? The Mu variant, the Boof variant. The Mu variant is the one that came from Colombia. Or test T cells, Toroni, you're absolutely right. And apparently someone, I think Newsweek, keeps pumping out these stories saying, moo, 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 moo. And it's looking ridiculous in the headlines. Thanks, Julie Hart. At least that's an answer for parents. Just true, Steph Schultz. Selena, no, it's mu as in mu, not moo. Not like that. Imagine if that was the variant. When are we going to get the meh variant? That's funny, isn't it? Like mortal, meh. How do you say it? Can someone write it phonetically? How do you meh? When people go meh, is it meh or is it meh? I can't believe we've got down to making phonic sounds. Moo as in the KLF Epsington. KLF, boo, 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 boo. Meh, meh. I love the way everyone's writing meh as a way to pronounce it. Go back to taking the train to Cornwall. No more 9-hour drives, Sharona. Sensible. Yeah, watch Dr. John Campbell and you guys for the new... Oh, bless you, Julie. New breakfast idea, toasted bagel with peanut butter and banana. Helen Durant, I love the way you've just gone off on a complete tangent there. Not even on something to eat in the evening, but something to eat for breakfast. Kerry J. Williams, you lost your remote. Right, I ordered a load of Sky remotes and none of them work. Bloody annoying. Who has the remote? It's a funny ritual, isn't it? Who's got the remote? People get really annoyed about the remote, don't they? I remember years ago, my mum had a girlfriend and her remote was a stick. I mean, this was before remotes. Do you remember the ones that used to have a sort of a lead that went to the TV? Notice how we got off the vaccine stuff because it's so fucking boring. Have you noticed that? So boring, isn't it? Moo. What do we think the next variant's going to be? Someone said to me the other day, you've touched your nose 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Touched it even more. I bet you can't keep up with me, can you? We're going from the Moo variant to remote controls. Our first remote was tethered. Oh God, that's a really great word. Tethered. Sounds like you're keeping your remote under control. If you could only ask Alexa, where is my remote? It's a good question. Good question. Crap variant, yeah, that would be good. Remote variant. Moo variant. Anyway, so yeah, 12 to 15-year-olds are not going to be jabbed. At least it's clear. I don't know what changes right bang on. Here's a question. When they say 12 to 15, do they mean when you're 15 on one day, you have to have it? Or do they mean 12 to 15 all the way through your 15th year? It's never clear, is it? It's never clear. Never clear. Yeah, we're going to get to the Queen's funeral. For those of you who maybe are abroad, the Queen hasn't died. The Queen has not died. But there has been a leak. There's been a leak of her funeral details. And I'm going to ask you in a while how you'd like your funeral to be. You know, there used to be a show on TV, I think NADIA was on it with Kay, where you got to sort of program or structure your own funeral. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a moment. Ikea. Is anyone an Ikea shopper? Do you like Ikea? Yes or no? I tell you what I like. I tell you what they should do. I've just realised they should name variants after Ikea products. So you could have the Moorang variant, or the Stick Flick, or the Stugag, or the Put Flot. Love Ikea. Love Ikea's meatballs until there was that weird story about the meatballs. Never been to Ikea, Ruth Blanford. Can't stand Ikea. Gabrielle. I bought my wardrobe from Ikea. I think Ikea is a great place when you're a student, isn't it? You can go in there. I had an ex-girlfriend who used to go there every weekend and buy the same frame. It's really weird. Bloody love Ikea. The only thing I like about Ikea is that really good sloping escalator or conveyor belt that your trolley just sticks on. I think a lot of husbands hate it. I hate it. I find it really boring. The only bit about it I do like are the little pencils. I love the little pencils. Do you know what I mean? Let me just sort that out. What was I going to say? I love their cheap hot dogs. Travelator. That's right. They have nice plants. Natasha Tiramos. You're not wrong. Nadia loves the plants there. Zoe Griffiths and the tape measure. I've been impacted by the Ikea shortages. Tell us more. Impacted the house. Devon B, tell us more. This story is that Ikea has been hit by Brexit fallout as supply issues affect 1,000 products. The home of the flat pack furniture can't build its way out of a supply issue. All 22 of the Swedish retail giant stores have been hit by shortages. And that's affecting Fedjkus. That's a good one. Yeah. Let's have a look at some more. Let's think of some more variant names that we could get. What are the names? IKEA product names. Let's see what the most famous are. They're always so interesting, aren't they? Oh look, here we go. There's going to be a, let's have a look. Oh no, that's really, oh God, can't get there, takes too long. Ikea, I went there Tuesday, good shopping day. Are these sort of empty shelves? Is the story being pushed too much? Do you think, is there a bit of dramatising going on here? Billy Bookcase, the Billy Bookcase. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The Ikea pencil is the new Argos pencil. Yeah, you're right. Except sometimes it's really hard to do it, and then you put it behind your ear and then you find it much later in the day. I remember it's one of those things that sometimes you could then go to a meeting and you've still got the pencil behind your ear. I remember once going to a meeting with a presenter who we ended up working with. I was in this meeting with him and his agent, and then the presenter said, I have to work with this guy because he's got a whoopee cushion sticking out of his pocket. And we'd had a whoopee cushion party the night before with Maddie and Kiki, and I shoved it in my blazer pocket, and it was still there in the office. Sam JP, everyone has one of these pencils at home. It's true. Do you remember the meatball story? I don't know if I want to. Oh, look at that, Lucy Heaney. Okay, well, Lucy Heaney, yes. One of the other sad stories is the Richard E. Grant story. And very sadly, his wife, Joan Washington, has passed away. She was a voice coach. But as Lucy Heaney says, we did a show years ago called A Taste of My Life. And this really struck me today because, I mean, Richard E. Grant is such a fabulous celebrity, isn't he? He's one of those, he's just full of life. He's incredibly childlike. When you meet him, he is what you see. He's enthusiastic. He relishes life. He consumes life. He sniffs everything, literally. And he's just, and he's a teetotaler. He's an absolute manifestation of how you can live your life to the full, be outrageously naughty, incredibly vivacious, and not have a drop of alcohol in you. And he was incredibly in love with his dear wife, Joan. And he specifically had never allowed cameras into his home, ever. You know, fastidiously protective of his domestic setup, as a lot of people are. And for this show, Taste of My Life with Nigel Slater, we used to do these surprise VTs or play-in films, a little bit like This Is Your Life, where, you know, the guest in the studio didn't know that we'd gone away and filmed this, and there was a message in it, and it was nice. Anyway, Joan let us film in their house, and she made him the breakfast. She made him the traditional breakfast that he has every morning. And to this day, I will never forget. And in fact, about a year and a half later, we filmed with Richard E. Grant again, and he said, I still haven't recovered from the fact that Joan let you in to film that. It was the only time she ever let us in. And she was incredibly sweet and lovely and you know, eccentrically sort of she was just everything you would hope for and imagine from Richard E. Grant's wife. But she was incredibly gentle, incredibly sensitive. So it's very sad news because they adored each other. And the look of love in his face when that film popped up and the tears that came, it's just an incredibly sweet relationship that they had. So yeah, there you go. So poor old Richard E. Grant. So let's all send all our prayers to him and their daughter and their children and family. So yeah. Nadia's favourite film obviously is With Nail and I. Well, not favourite film, but the favourite film of Richard E. Grant's is With Nail and I. And of course, Richard E. Grant is to be coming up in the Jamie musical. Everybody's talking about Jamie. So there you go. Marcia Toms, don't worry, the Queen's and other royals' funerals are planned well in advance. Yeah, you probably know this, but, you know, obituaries for members of the royal family are made way in advance by the broadcasters. But yeah, the news around the Queen's story is that there is an investigation to be launched because details of the state funeral that the Queen would have been leaked to the press. And it includes details of how Prince Charles will address the country and all that kind of stuff. But it's kind of inappropriate, isn't it? It's not the done thing. And they're trying to establish the source of the leak. And one government source said to the Mirror paper, neither the palace nor the government are happy when leaks of this nature occur. But Buckingham Palace have declined to comment. Yeah, Rebecca Carty, you're absolutely right. Does it make you feel strange they are already written? Would it make you feel strange about you? Yeah, absolutely. How would you feel if your obituary had already been written? That'd be awful. Yeah, so the Queen hasn't actually died. It's just that the funeral arrangements for her have been leaked. Now, one of the other things I wanted to natter about was coins. Do you have coins down the back of your sofa? Do you? Or do you have a piggy bank? Has anyone got a piggy bank? When I was a kid, I used to have a metal pillar box, red pillar box, and it was just full of 1p. When I'd got enough pennies, I would go down to the corner shop and get penny sweets and get football stickers. Oh, Jenny Fay, you have a piggy bank. Little pots of change. Yes, I do have a money box still, even as a 34-year-old. I have a jar of coins and I still have some half pennies. Oh, you have a halfpennies. Nadia was given some old £20 notes. Does anyone know if old £20 notes can be changed at the bank still? I have an old £1 note. I have two Bobby Wards somewhere. I sort of kept it. But isn't it funny? I mean, you put your hand down the back of the sofa and you always find coins. And I think since COVID, you know, cash, I mean, I've barely used cash for anything. And charities are asking, or, you know, well, they reckon that UK residents are hoarding about £50 million in loose change. And there's little sign of it being spent. People tend to hold on to 1 pences, 2 pences and 5 pences. 5 pences are curious, aren't they? Oh, 5 pences smaller than the half pences that we had. Oh, old £20 notes are still legal tender. What, even in the shops? My granddad used to collect coins. I just saw someone there said, my dad gave my kids a gold sovereign, says someone somewhere. She gave them a gold sovereign each when they were born. Oh, James McBear, I had a Halifax house for my 1p's and 2p's. Louise 1174, just a copper pot, and I'm saving commemorative 50p's too. Oh. Those tins with the print of a note on it, which you can't get the lid off, are in my dad's garage. I think the old piggy bank needs to come back. But then, anyway, so charities, obviously there seems to be an obvious match here, that with that, you know, with that sort of, with all our pennies and all our spare change, can that be translated into charitable money? You collect the special 50p's, YouTube. But that led me to being reminded of those. Do you remember outside shops and they used to have the boy or the girl with a collecting box? Do you remember that? Reese Roberts, very good point. Very good point. Where are you? Where have you gone? Yes, it's sad for the homeless people in London. When I was on the tube the other day, a guy came on and asked for change, but because we've all been scared of COVID, we're all using It's true. We're all using, what's it called? Contactless, aren't we? I have a celebration £5 coin. Weegie woman. Yes, you're right. The language was never good because it was a boy or a girl, wasn't it, in calipers or something outside the... I always remember as a kid, my granddad driving me down a street and you'd see these kids just staring. Faith Goodman, old coins pre-decimal are valuable, sell them at auction. Yeah, there are shops in London. That just sell the old coins. Has anyone got a really valuable old coin? Has anyone got a Roman coin? I'd love a Roman coin. Shelley Silver, I have a piggy bank filled with old 1p's, old 2p's, old 5p's, etc. And I have a piggy bank for today's money with change. Oh yeah, Sam JP used to save coins in the massive Bell's whiskey bottles. Oh, who'd have thought that loose change could be nostalgic? Going back to my red pillar box, it was so heavy you couldn't move it off my bottom shelf. And then we got broken into when I was a kid. And I remember running to that shelf and being grief-stricken that they'd nicked my post box. I was so sad, so sad. So what's going to happen to all those coins? Are we going to be able to give them to charities? Dig them out? How do we give them to them? That's the problem. So look, guys, I hope you're going to have a hashtag Fun Friday. We'll see you in the morning for coffee moaning. Nanny Di is good. Hopefully seeing her very soon. Obviously, she came with us to Cornwall. I'll post some images of her on my Instagram. Have a very safe evening. And if you're not having a party tonight, if you're not DJing, if you're not having a hashtag Fun Friday, don't worry, never fear. We're always here. Go and watch some of our back catalogue. I think, and I'm hoping that when Nadia wakes up, we're going to watch either, this is terrible, what has she done to me? Either, not The Pig starring Nicolas Cage, not any art house movies from Sweden, shot backwards, no, Housewives of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and Married at First Sight. That's what I'm hoping for. That's my kind of Fun Friday. When did that become my Fun Friday, guys? Stay safe, San Diego.